Well, I am having a lot of fun, and I'm sure you guys are here as well, because we are seeing a ton of green in the crypto market from yesterday that is now carried over into today, and ADA has actually just breached 88 cents at the time of filming this video, and hopefully this is something that continues as the day here progresses. But we had some great news. We had big short liquidations take place, ADA doing some pretty exciting things in the charts here, and I want to show that all to you guys and talk about it. Is this something that's going to continue? So if you guys are new or haven't already, show your support for the channel down below. Hit that subscribe button, that bell, it's free to do. It'll keep you updated anytime there's new content live here on the channel. So ADA at the time of this video is sitting at about 88 cents. And guys, this is exactly why I don't get too high. I don't get too low. I saw a bunch of people again freaking out the other day on Monday as we had that red candle day. Those short-term retracements, frankly, do not matter, and things played out perfect. We had all this short leverage that filled in on top of price. Some people were getting emotional, and again, you need people to be like that for the market to make some of these more extended moves. We bounced off of our 20-day moving average, and we actually traversed that entire range like we were talking about. We actually had our daily close right at about 84 cents yesterday in terms of ADA. And then we just continued to push through. We liquidated a bunch of shorts to the upside. This is actually what the liquidation heat map looks like. You guys can see right in here, we crushed all this short leverage. And really why this is exciting is there is still a lot of short leverage above here. So there are more shorts to liquidate as the week moves on. Again, we don't know if we're going to see some retracements or not. I will say right now, we're in another one of those ranges where ADA likes to see the top of it or likes to see the bottom of it. Just take a look back here. We did this exact same thing right towards the end of July. And remember, the top of this range is about 85 and a quarter or so. And the top of this is at about, or bottom of this is 85 and a quarter. Top of this is at about 90 cents. So that could be where ADA tries to touch even today. We'll see what U.S. money decides to do when it wakes up, but understand that if we're not getting enough momentum, we may come down and do a little bit of retesting here. Again, this isn't to create uncertainty or anything like that. Just understand that that's where we're at right now. Now, obviously, what's giving us a lot of wind in our sails is Ethereum. Ethereum made some huge moves yesterday, right? We were talking about breaching that 4250 level. We finally blew through it, and guess what? The market livened up. This isn't a surprise. This is exactly what we're talking about. And again, fundamentally, this makes a lot of sense. And right now, Ethereum is actually at some of the highest levels we have seen since all the way back in 2021. It's on the verge of setting a new all-time high, which would be huge, 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 huge for altcoins. That is exactly the confidence we've been talking about, because remember, this begins to trickle down. It attracts a lot of optics from outside the space. So this is really, really good. And what I will say is that what's really helping Ethereum a lot here is institutional money. We talked about that huge day on Monday, over $1 billion added there. Even yesterday, $523 million worth of Ethereum added by institutional players. Right now, just those 2 days equates to the third largest week of accumulation we have seen in institutional history on the Ethereum side. So there is a lot of momentum behind this move, and it's very, very exciting. But really what kicked off everything yesterday was this CPI report. There was a lot of people that were bearish and were thinking that we were going to get this really hot CPI report, and all the leverage showed it, right? That's why the shorts were filling in. That's why people were profiting and taking their or closing their positions. But then we got this data that was better than expected. 2.7% in terms of inflation over the last 12 months, 3.1% core CPI, and the market just decided to go on a bit of a run. And that's an exciting thing, right? And then people FOMO'd back in and chased price, and it's not really surprising. But why this is such a big deal is this now has raised the likelihood of an interest rate decrease in September to 96.2%, surging up from 93.9% the day before. So this is a very big deal. Now, again, we still have to pay attention to the PPI report today. We still have to pay attention to the PCE report later this month. We still have a jobs report. There's a lot of things that are going to impact the likelihood of this leading up to that moment. But now there's even discussions of a 50 basis point decrease. I'm not on board with that yet. We'll have to watch and wait and see what happens. But what I love that I'm seeing again is that there's still a lot of people that are trying to push back on the crypto market and are trying to slow this move down. I will say in terms of ADA right now, the long short ratio is actually at a 1.01. So there's very even balance here. We did see a 15.5% surge in terms of open interest. A lot of people opening up long positions. I actually do still have my ADA long open just to show you guys. I'm up 277% and doing well on that one. I do have an XRP long here as well, 70.53% that's up. And again, if you guys want to check out, BTCC or Margex, there are referral links in the description below. You can earn up to $10,000 in deposit and trading bonuses. Just understand understand that there is risk that comes with trading on leverage. Now, let's talk about ADA itself, because we're doing some very, very important things. First of all, when we look at ADA on the SMA, we got our golden cross. It's exactly what we were talking about. I said it would probably happen by Wednesday, and here we are Wednesday getting our golden cross taking place. Just to show you guys right here, our 50-day SMA crossing our 200-day SMA. That's a really big deal because, again, that has been present every time we've gone on one of these major extended runs. So now we have a cross on the EMA, we have a cross on the SMA, and this is where things, frankly, have a huge opportunity to open up in the crypto markets. Exactly what we've waited for. At the same time here, we're seeing BTC dominance hit some of the lowest levels we've seen since January. Same thing with USDT dominance. So a lot of confidence in the capital on the sidelines starting to re-enter assets, which is a major thing that we've been waiting for. And in fact, what we're seeing right now for ADA dominance is it testing its 200-day moving average. And if you guys remember, this is something that we've fought against many, many times here and gotten rejected by many, many times. And the last time we had confirmed breach was all the way back here in November. We went on this, huge, massive surge to the upside. So maybe that's what we're gearing up for right here. Again, just a lot of momentum, a lot of excitement in the market, really high volume, $234 billion in trading volume over the last 24 hours. It's one of the highest days we've seen in the last several weeks. ADA itself, $2.5 billion over the last 24 hours, on the verge of actually flipping Tron. There's a lot of excitement in this move. And you guys, frankly, should be excited, right? We went through a very long period of consolidation. And I'm not saying this is the moment where we just get, a mega candle that where ADA runs 50% in a single day. Don't twist my words, right? But this is where we start to see, again, that confidence entering the market that we saw back here, that we saw in November. And it's just a question of, how high will we go? Where will we see retracements along the way? So that's kind of where we're at right now, guys. Love what I'm seeing. I'm sure you guys do too. And again, hopefully this is something that continues as the week progresses. I'm hoping US money has a very consistent trend as we get into the start of the day. But I appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below. But have a great day. Catch you guys in the next one. Take care.